Now, under compounds of alkaline earth metals, the next category is sulfates. You know, sulfates are salts of sulfuric acid. So, the general representation, general formula for sulfates of alkaline earth metals is MsO4, where M can be beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium or radium. There are few important things you need to know about sulfates of alkaline earth metals. One is thermal stability increases down the group. Thermal stability increases down the group. As you go from beryllium sulfate to barium sulfate, the thermal stability increases. That means if you heat MsO4 metal sulfate, if you heat it, it will transform into metal oxide, sulfur dioxide and oxygen. So, this happens on heating. So, the temperature at which this decomposition takes place varies. As you go down the group, the temperature at which decomposition takes place increases. Barium sulfate has highest decomposition temperature. Another important thing you are supposed to know about this is solubility decreases. Solubility of these sulfates in water decreases. It is because of increase in the size of cation. Sulfate is a large anion, so barium efficiently stabilizes sulfate, and that's the reason why solubility of barium sulfate is least. And the only soluble sulfate among these substances is beryllium sulfate. Actually, magnesium sulfate is also slightly soluble. I can say beryllium sulfate is soluble, magnesium and calcium sulfate are slightly soluble, and then strontium sulfate and barium sulfate are insoluble in water. Now, another piece of information, calcium sulfate, regarding calcium sulfate dihydrate, this is commercially known as gypsum. The importance of gypsum is it is a cement additive and it delays setting time of cement. Addition of gypsum will delay the setting time of cement. You get sufficient time after applying cement to set it to make it a fine texture before it sets down. Then another important thing is regarding this substance. It's a hemihydrate of calcium sulfate. Hemihydrate of calcium sulfate. This is obtained by heating gypsum. If you heat gypsum to about 120 degrees Celsius temperature, it transforms into hemihydrate by loss of water, and this substance is called as plaster of Paris, abbreviated very popularly as POP, plaster of Paris. The importance of this substance is it is used in making molds, statues, and even for for setting of bones. Plaster is applied. The plaster is made up of this substance only, plaster of Paris. And then another important thing you need to know is regarding barium sulfate. This substance is opaque to X-rays. It is opaque to X-rays. Although barium salts are toxic, but barium sulfate is not poisonous simply because it does not dissolve in your body system. So, if a patient is administered with barium sulfate meal, it is possible to take X-ray of his digestive system. So, that is the importance of barium sulfate. If you want to detect ulcers in some patients, this substance is administered in the digestive system, and because this is opaque, and it is possible to take X-ray film of the digestive system of that person. So, that is regarding sulfates of alkaline earth metals. Two important things you are supposed to know: thermal stability increases down the group. This is due to increase in the size of cation, which can efficiently stabilize the large anion sulfate. Apart from this, another important point you are supposed to know is solubility. The order of solubility is it decreases down the group. Barium sulfate and strontium sulfate are insoluble. Beryllium sulfate is soluble. Magnesium and calcium sulfate are slightly soluble in water. These are commercially important sulfates of alkaline earth metals. That's regarding sulfates. Now, let's learn about nitrates. This is the general formula of nitrates of alkaline earth metals, MnO3 taken twice. Like all other nitrates which are soluble, even alkaline earth metal nitrates are also soluble in water. Action of heat is important. You need to know alkaline earth metal nitrates on heating decompose to give metal oxide, NO2 gas and O2 gas. Both are paramagnetic gases, both are gases. Both are paramagnetic. While this is colorless gas, this is reddish brown gas. So this is what you are supposed to know. Anyway, one more important thing you need to know is regarding decomposition temperature. As you go down the group, thermal stability increases, so the decomposition temperature also increases down the group. So we have talked about compounds of alkaline earth metals. We have seen regarding oxides, hydroxides, carbonates, nitrates, sulfates, even halides also we have discussed. Now let's move on to anomalous behavior of beryllium. Beryllium is the first element in this group. It is because of its very small size and high polarizing power of Be2+. It differs from rest of in most of its properties from rest of the alkaline earth metals. We are going to discuss some points of differences between beryllium and rest of the alkaline earth metals.